Computer, share screen. This screen, okay, share. There it is. I can close this out. And there we are. So take a look at number one there. It says test whether the given points lies on a straight line or curve with the given equation. How would you even show that? Let's say you had to do problem 1A. 1A. How would you show that? How can you show that 1, 2 is indeed on y equals 5x minus 3? You can put it on a graph, but could you just substitute it? And if it comes and it works out, wouldn't that be enough? All right, so let's do it. So how do you substitute? Yeah, so in other words, you just, so I'll write it out. You would do put the 1 goes into the x, the 2 goes into the y. So it's 5 times 1 minus 3 must equal 2. If when you do this, following PEMDAS, of course, it is true, then what happens? We say it lies on the, it lies on the line. You could graph it, but, you know, sometimes we don't have time for that. Now, if you try to see if B lies on the line, test B for yourself. None of your teachers are using Microsoft Surface? See, they're not cool. So if you did part B, did it work when you did part B? So you go -2, does it equal 3 times 3 minus 7? And is that true or not true? Does -2 equal to +2? Therefore, that point does not lie on that line. This coordinate does not satisfy that. Therefore, what can we say? That this is not on here. It's not. Make sense? Okay. Do you want to try one of the letter ones? Like, do you want to try F or G or H? Yes, no, maybe, sort of, kind of. Which one do you want to do? Which one? Which one? Say a letter. G. Let's do G. Because it looks hard, right? Okay, is it okay to erase A and B?
Interruption. Teachers, please do not send down students to the main office to get a laptop device. They are to wait until after school to get their laptop device. And later today, English teachers will be receiving an email regarding a scheduled visit during English time next week to get their laptop. So again, please stop sending students to the office with their laptop. They must wait until after school or until the schedule is released for next week. Thank you.
All right, so talk to me, guys. Can I erase A or B? Okay, thank you. So, oops. So I'm gonna erase it quickly. Don't you guys want to buy a Microsoft Surface now that you see me using it? Nobody wants it? Okay. No. But you should. It'll make you better. All right, so this is X and this is Y, right? And so we have P minus 1 squared plus 1 must equal P squared minus 2 times P plus 2. Is that how I would substitute it, guys? Yeah? All right, do they look the same both sides? Not right now, but do you remember that P minus 1 squared really is, I'll make an arrow here, it's P minus 1 times P minus 1, right? Plus 1 equals to P squared minus 2P plus 2, agreed? And what do I do now? What's it called? What am I supposed to do? Starts with an F. FOIL. First, outer, inner, last, right? P times P is P squared. Yep. And then P times -1, what is it? -1P. I'll just write -P. And then again, another one, -P. And then you have -1 times -1 is what? +1. Then you have the +1 on the outside. And does this equal P squared minus 2P plus 2? Well, let's see. P squared, we combine like terms, minus 2P. And then we combine these two, plus 2. And then what do we have? Do both sides equal each other? Yes. So it is true that given point does lie on that straight line. And this is one of the easiest ways to confirm it by just simply substituting in there. Fair enough? Happy, happy? Joy, joy? That's Ren and Stimpy. You guys know Ren and Stimpy? I see. You guys were born 40 years too late. May I proceed? I'll wait because some people are writing. It shouldn't turn off. Can you do it? What will you use? What form would you use? No, but if you want to answer. What is this form called? I'm gonna write it down here. Y. The point slope form, right? Point slope. Right? Do we have a point here? Do we have our slope? Go, make it happen. Make it happen. You know, it's so hard on any given day to realize that you're so lucky to be alive. You know, we always like, we're so dissatisfied with our situation. You know, you already have everything you ever gonna need, right? You have everything, but we're dissatisfied. We come to school, we're always grumbling about something, about so much work, or just we had to wake up early, but you woke up, you know? And so what is it? Lack of appreciation. That's it. That's what it is. Lack of appreciation. And here you're doing math, which is like, for all purposes, it's like a gift from the gods, and you don't, you know, you don't enjoy it. Beautiful math. So talk to me. Y minus what? Who's x1? Who's y1? This could be labeled as x1. This is y is a 1. Y minus equals times. Do we want to leave it that way? No, I mean, it's nice. It's okay to leave it that way. But should we maybe write into slope intercept form? What do we do first? Yes, we did use distributive property. Correct. And then does it end up looking like this? My slope is 5. My y-intercept is -7. Give me 1 second, guys. My wife is calling me. She just left the doctor, and I should answer. $3,700. Okay. All right. So what is my slope here? What's my y-intercept? What's the coordinate to my y-intercept? 0, -7. Because those are two different questions. Fair enough? Well, originally, if I write this here, I go, what's the slope? 5. What's my coordinate? 2, 3. Agreed? All right, let's do another one. Let's see. I want you to do L. 2L. So I'll just make a little line here. 2L. This was A. This was 2A. So we have -2, comma, -5. And you have the gradient or the slope is 3. So y, okay, it's right. It is +5, but I'm gonna go ahead and just because I'm pretending to be a teacher, y minus -5, right, equals 3 times x minus -2. And so they told us that minus a negative was a positive. And so both sides end up being positive. So if I gave you this here, and I asked you to go backwards to give me the coordinate, you would be like, oh, well, the coordinate's -2, comma, -5, and the slope is 3. We always do the opposite, right? And if I continued this, I would use distributive property and find my slope-intercept form, right? So I know this is a lot, for a lot of you, this is review, but we need review, right? And then we have y equals 3x plus 1. So what is my y-intercept? What's the coordinate to my y-intercept? What's my slope? Super simple, right? It's not hard at all. Be careful. So I haven't ate in about 15 hours. I should push it to 20 hours, but I'm not feeling it today. The reason I want to eat is because my chew on the food, it makes me smile. And like it makes me like happy. I don't know what it is. But I should be able to be happy without food, shouldn't I? Do I need to rely on something external for my own happiness besides, huh?
What mentality is that?
What's the mentality?
What's the mentality of the
Yeah, but the food tastes so good sometimes. All right. Do you want me to do another letter there? Or do you want to try another letter? Which one? T. Let's do T. Is it okay I erase this, what I've done so far? Yes, maybe, sort of. Yes, let's do it. So this surface will probably last me this year. I'm waiting till new surfaces come out with the 13th generation processors. Hopefully they're more efficient in their battery usage. Okay, so we're gonna do T. Do you want to try it on your own before I spoil it for you? Okay, so please do T on your own before I spoil the experience of discovery. So what's my slope? My slope is, oh, they use the letter M. So slope is N, whatever. And C is 0. C comma 0 is a point. So I'll wait. I'll give you like a minute or two to work on it. Minute. I don't like that. I'll just write slope is M. They like to use the word gradient. Remember, gradient means slope. I keep on saying slope because that's the even if I see it there, it's gradient, same thing. So this may be x of 1. This is y's of 1. Y minus y's of 1 equals m times x minus x of 1. Y minus 0 equals m times x minus c. Y minus 0 equals mx minus mc. Y therefore equals mx minus mc. This is slope-intercept form. What's my slope? M. What is my y-intercept? So that's the coordinate, correct? The coordinate is 0, comma, negative mc. And the y-intercept is negative mc. Fair enough? Easy peasy. Good. Good, good. All right. In this case here, they don't give you the slope. They give you 2 points. Now, to have a line, we either need 2 points to make a line, or we need a slope and a point, which is what we did right now. They gave us actually, they gave us the slope and the point, but now they're just giving us 2 points. So can you do it? What would you do first here? Let's say you were to do 3A. What would be your strategy? Your first strategy? Find a slope. And then after that, you're going to use the point slope form, pick one of the points, and you should be able to get your equation for the line, correct? Let's do it. Make it happen. So we're doing 3A. M equals to y is of 2 minus y is of 1. X of 2 minus x of 1. Then you have 10 minus 4 divided by 3 minus 1. So 6 divided by 2, which is, hey, we got a nice number, 3. So y minus y of 1 equals m times x minus x of 1. You could pick either point. Either point works. It's on the same line, supposedly. So we have y minus 4 equals 3 times x minus 1. So y minus 4 equals 3x minus 3. So y minus 4, sorry, I add the 4 over. Y equals to 3x plus 1. Is that hard? It didn't look like we were doing much because we weren't. We just simply weren't. Fair enough? Obviously, guys. This is just manipulation at this point. This is not interesting. We're not doing a hard problem, but we hope that we need to make sure we know how to do this and we understand it so that when I give you a problem which is more involved, which requires you to be clever, you can be clever. You're in a position to like put everything together. So you need to be able to manipulate it, but you also need to be imagining this. What is this? Oh, well, this is a line who has a slope of 3. You're already, the y-intercept is at 1. So, you could put a dot at 1 and then you go over 1 and up, over 1 and up 3. And you put the other dot and you have a line. So you can see, and like in my mind, I'm imagining a line like this, It's not perfect imagination, but I know what it's going to look like. So that's going to help me solve other problems. Does that make sense, guys? Do you want to do another one of these? Yes, no, maybe sort of? Yes, pick a letter. Pick a letter. Be my guest. No letters? R? Let's do R. It's kind of incredible that both classes pick the same letters. Oh my gosh. Erase. There. There. All right. Let me pick a different color. I don't want to use this, I guess this hot pink. I'll use like a different red. All right. So we're doing R. So we got P negative Q and PQ. So what's the first step we're going to do, guys and gals? What's the first step? We find a slope. Let's do our slope, wonderful people. M equals Q minus negative Q divided by P minus P. So that's Q plus Q divided by 0. Oh, no. What just happened? What just happened? Can we divide by 0? So what's the slope? It's what? It's undefined. It's an undefined slope. We can have a 0 slope, but the 0 slope happens when you have the 0 in the numerator and something other than 0 in the denominator. And I, by mistake, lock my screen. And now it's asking me for the pin. And I'm not gonna say my pin, but I hope it doesn't record it. And there you go. So this is an undefined slope. What lines have undefined slope? No, curves. Curves have slope, but they're changing slopes. Okay. So maybe let's, yes, go. The straight left and right, that one, this is super important because it took me forever to realize this. If the line's going this way, left and right, that's called a horizontal line. The slope of that line is 0. Because guess what? What does slope mean? Slope means rise over run, right? Slope means rise divided by run. In a horizontal line, you have any number of run on the bottom, whatever you like, an infinite amount of run. But how much is the rise? 0. So in the case of a horizontal line, you have 0 rise and infinite run, I guess you could say. But whatever run you feel like, it doesn't matter, right? But when you have a vertical line, it's inverted, right? In a vertical line, your run is 0 and your rise is whatever you want it to be. Infinity is not the right way to write it, but what I'm trying to say is you have a rise, but you don't have a run. What happens is that no longer, since you don't have a slope, you can't put anything in here. So when you write y minus y of 1 equals m times x minus x of 1, there's no slope at all. At all. But there is a coordinate. There is a coordinate. So let's see, let's play around with it and see what we end up with. All right. Y could be, look, y could be negative q or positive q, right? I don't know, pick one. Which one do you want to pick? So say you pick this point. Let's see if it works. Y minus q equals, we can't use m. We can't use m. So m doesn't exist. And so does anything here make sense? No, it doesn't make sense. But now let me suggest something to you, and you tell me if it makes sense or not. If you have a vertical line here at 3, and it looks like this. If I pick a point here, can you tell me what the first coordinate will be? If I pick another one here, what the first coordinate would be? If I pick another one over here, what would it be? No, it would still be positive 3. But the y could be negative. But x is always going to be positive 3. So look, watch this. I'm going to give you the answer to all right now. Check this out. That's it. You can't use point slope form there. You have to write it like that. What's x? X is p. When is x p? It's a vertical line that runs up and down at p. What's p? Well, pick the number you want p to be. Who cares? It doesn't matter. Yes. Okay, so let's see. Let's say this were 1. And this one here were 5. And I go up to 1,000,000. It's still 3. The y changes, but the 3 stays the same. What becomes positive or negative is the y. Because it's a vertical line. Okay. Now, guess what the equation is going to look like for a horizontal line? Y equals whatever. When you have a horizontal line, like this, let's say, here at 2, right? If I pick here a number, let's say this will be negative 10, but it'd be comma 2. And I pick another one here, this be -10, comma 1. I mean 2, sorry. And this one over here, 1, comma 2. On a horizontal line, everything here, the y stays the same. What's the slope of a horizontal line? Slope of a horizontal line is 0. Slope of a vertical line is undefined. Undefined. But guess what? For a horizontal line, let's say you use this point here. You have y minus 2 equals 0 times x minus -10. So it's y minus 2 equals to 0 times x plus 10. So y minus 2 equals 0 plus 0. So y equals to 2. So the equation to a horizontal line is y equals whatever number stays the same always. And the slope is 0. But the equation to a vertical line is x equals a number. And the slope is undefined. Fair enough? If you know this, then it can't get you on the test. Plus, it's just you're a little bit smarter. A little bit. Well, I mean, what is smart? What is smart? Questions or concerns? Because some of you are like, it feels like it. Like your eyes give away everything. Your eyes will tell me if you're interested in the class or you have a positive attitude. Unless you're a really good actor, which some of you are, like awesome. That means you're really good liars too. All right. But questions or concerns? No? Can I move on? It's almost lunchtime. Let's go ahead and pause this. I'll use charging